Okay, so I was literally thinking the other day or other night, I'm not sure when I was thinking about this, but I'm low key like a health nut. And if I see someone, I like to observe like what people are eating. And then I had like this dark thought that, like, you know, what if there's people that like observe what other people eat just to see if they're easily to see if they don't love themselves, or if they're like easily manipulated and stuff like that, or just in general if they just don't love themselves, lack of self-love. And so give me a second, this is how my brain works. So for me, I observe kind of what people eat sometimes just to see, like, I'm very analytical, I'm very observant. So I just like to see how, are they eating a lot of fast food stuff? Are they eating a lot of processed things? Because ultimately that shows me that you're probably in a lot of mental disarray and chaos, and your emotions are it's very hard to regulate your emotions when you're filled up with all this processed food. You feel sluggish, you're not 100% alert. um, and at the end of the day, it goes down to, if you're just constantly consuming processed foods and junk food, you probably have low self-worth and just lack of self-love, right? Because you eating all of that processed food, that doesn't scream that, you love yourself. So that's how my brain works. But I use it for good, okay? I use it for good to educate people, and to, like, hey, like, maybe you can eat an orange once in a while. Or, I don't give unsolicited advice, but, sometimes I casually bring it up. And if they tell me their concerns, I give them some, backed up science and factual stuff about nutrition, and, just making little changes to help you with your health. And then I'll tell you additional, you know, benefits that can help you. If, hey, if you eat an orange, if you eat fruit every day, if you eat vegetables every day, you'll have mental clarity. You won't have negative intrusive thoughts, because yes, processed foods and heavily processed foods, they affect your brain chemistry. A lot of They affect your brain chemistry, and you have a lot of, it's more easier, the negative thoughts are more susceptible. You're more susceptible to negative thoughts, negative energies, and negative people, right? Because when you are consuming all that stuff, it's very low vibrational. There's no life in these foods. So it's going to mess up your brain chemistry. So I always make sure I tell people that as well. And they're always fascinated, and they're always grateful for this advice. But then I got to thinking, oh my God, there are people out there who use this for evil, who use this for hold on. So then I got to thinking, like, wow, there are real people out here who are on the opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to someone like me, and they use this to, like, manipulate someone, you know? So this is me trying to, I don't know, y'all, but this is just how my brain works, like, but this is how I'm getting into, like, the evil person or manipulative person's brain. And so I'm going to tell you, like, how they would gauge you, and how they would try to make you their prey, and, like, easily manipulate you, and have control over you. So that's kind of how my brain works. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, someone can use this for evil, and there are people that do. So honestly, this is how I would envision this. Let's say you're at work, and you have to bring your lunch to work, and there's colleagues there, and sometimes you look at other people's what people are eating, and people won't just come up to you and say certain things, but they're just observing. They're observing what you're eating, what you bring to lunch. And that kind of happened to me one time at my job where they like mentioned like what I was eating, and I'm just like, why the fuck are you mentioning what I'm eating? So I feel like this is like a really good topic to dive into because I feel like this really happens in the workplace. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this short because it's already 5 minutes long. But anyway, so you're at work, right? You're eating lunch on the daily. Monday goes by, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We get it, okay? Time goes on. You bring in your lunch every day and they're gauging what you're eating. Let's say, okay, I'm going to do two scenarios. Let's say you bring in something healthy. You're a very healthy, conscious eater. You eat a lot of salads and fruits, and you're all about your gut health. You always stay hydrated. You're very focused on your job, and it clearly shows because of what you're eating, right? All of these salads and fruits, they give you energy. They give you energy, and they enhance and grow your brain cells, okay? um, that person who's manipulative and conniving, and they're trying to size you up, yeah, they're probably not going to mess with you as much because you're just very self-aware and you're mindful of what you put into your body. Okay, so that means if you're mindful and self-aware of yourself, that's kind of telling them, oh crap, they're probably very mindful, or they're probably very self-aware of me and like the people around them. So I'm not really going to bother them that much. I'm not going to try them as much. Now here's the second scenario. The second scenario is you're eating so much processed foods. I'm trying to speed this up. You're eating so much processed foods, they see it. You bring in like burgers, pizza, all that stuff, a lot of junk food, Doritos, chips, soda. You're constantly consuming that. Let's say 2 weeks goes by and you're just constantly consuming garbage, because that's just what it is. It's garbage. This person has you in the bag. Your brain is fucked up. Okay, your brain is messed up. Your emotions are not regulated. Clearly, look at what you're eating. Like this is psychology. This is how my brain works, but I use it for good. But there are people out there who use this for bad, okay? So this is what they're thinking, okay? Your brain is fucked up. You don't care about yourself. Your self-love is in the shitter, okay? You're not aware. You're not mindful of the crap you put in your body. You don't care what goes inside your body. Therefore, you probably don't have any self-control. You don't have boundaries. So that gives me an opening to treat you like crap, to try you, to see how far you're gonna let me take you. You're gonna let me take this. And what else? What else? Real quick, you have zero to little self-regard of of just like self-conscious, of being self-conscious, health conscious. You don't care about your health, therefore you don't care about your mental health, you don't care about your emotional health, and honestly you just don't care about yourself in general. So I'm going to manipulate, I'm going to gaslight, I'm going to do whatever it is to have control over you so that I can feel powerful, because I got all of that by just gauging what you eat for lunch when you go into work, day after day after day. Okay, so it's ending. Let me know what you guys think about this scenario. Type it in the comments. Let me know your opinions about it, and let me know if you want like a part two. I don't know if there will be a part two, but this was just a very interesting topic, and yeah, it was just fun to record.